Canadians want the U.S. border closed for longer during pandemic, survey.
Here's a summary of the article.
With restrictions on travel between the Canada-U.S. border set to expire on June 21, a new survey shows that many Canadians would prefer if it stayed shut for longer. About 42% said they would prefer if the border reopening was pushed back to September, while about 26% said the restriction should only be lifted next year. The survey found that even Canadians who had frequently traveled to the United States before the pandemic weren't too keen on heading back. About 84% of Canadians who live close to the border said they'd avoid trips over even when the restriction was lifted. Ryan Remioche, The Canadian Press. The extended border closure will cause a financial slump. According to the survey, Canadians are also worried about travel within our borders. 50% of Canadians said they didn't want legal restrictions to be put in place, but were still strongly against out-of-province travel.
This post received a score of 32,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Some states bordering Canada have increasing COVID-19 daily numbers, so it's understandable.
BC resident here. Opening the border would tear down all the work we've done to contain outbreaks to this point. I'm not entirely sure if we would remain civil if it were opened. We're one of the few places in North America who have managed to level off cases.
Fellow BCer, I'm on Vancouver Island where we've had one confirmed case since May 7. We're doing just fine in our little bubble. If the borders opened, we'd have a flood of people coming over on the ferries and our happy little island would be thrown back to square one.
I'm one of the unlucky people here who actually had a run-in with the virus, Lower Mainland. Anyone who has seen or personally had to deal with a more serious case, which is usually due to high exposure, knows what exactly is in store for us if we become complacent. Forget just the US, stay away from _other places in BC. Our late response to initial outbreaks in care homes is what allowed cases all the way from Vancouver to Chilliwack to crop up. Thankfully we've smartened significantly up since then.
I'd like to see where we're at in a couple weeks after jumping the gun on opening restaurants and hairdressers and everyone flooding them to hang out with friends they haven't seen in months.
Yeah, my barber opened up this weekend, I think, but I'm going to see how the second wave develops before I go. I'm an essential worker and I can't really justify exposing myself simply because my hair is a bit bushy and spreading it to my clients, many of whom are in their 70s or 80s. Someone who gets it. Stay safe.
New Brunswicker here. We've only had 121 cases in total, 120 of which have recovered. We've also had 0 deaths. It's been weeks since our last new case. While I do love my neighbors to the south, I would have to agree with the survey. I'd hate for all the hard work put forward by my province, and the rest of Canada, to be for nothing if we were to open the border too soon.
As an American, we have no business going elsewhere until we fix our own shit. I fully support y'all telling us to take a hike.
Have you considered building a wall and having the Americans pay for it? Edit. Thank you for the gold, silver and facepalm, kind strangers.
When America sends you people, we're not sending you our best. We're sending people with lots of problems, and we're bringing those problems with us. We're bringing infections. We're bringing lack of healthcare. We're bringing carriers. And some, I assume, are healthy people.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.